Daily Broadside, day 695. Cocaine flame in my bloodstream. Sold my coat when I hit Spokane. Hey, dear Ray LaMontagne, you're a brilliant artist, but who the hell you selling your coat to? How you sell a coat? Okay, you in Spokane? Is that Washington? I guess. How you gonna sell a coat? I couldn't try. Like you told me today, like, hey, I give you $100 if you can sell your coat in the next like 7 hours, and then I gotta go downtown and sell my coat. I'm losing that bet, man. Like, that's got to be one of the hardest things to sell on planet Earth. A used coat to somebody, unless it's like freezing and you see somebody without a coat. And even then, the argument would be, well, if they ain't got money for a coat, they ain't got money for your coat, So I don't understand that lyric for such a brilliant song, Oh, I think him and Dolly Parton should do a Jolene, like, mashup. God, I hope that hasn't already been done, but I've never heard of it before. Also, do you ever notice that people that read with their lips seem to be subpar intelligence? People that be like, and then you go, those are subpar people. I don't know why that is. And by the way, I abhor the Olympics. I haven't watched the Olympics since Mary Lou Retton and Carl Lewis were ravaging things across the 80s. But and I have my reasons. Just, we don't have time to get into them. But I did see where a woman was punched in the face a few times by an Algerian man posing as a woman. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I got some boxing training, and I could go in and I will fight any Olympic female right now today without even a camp. I'll just go in cold. It's just these genetic differences that we have between man and woman. Women are beautiful. Women are awesome. Men they're all right. But the differences that we have that don't negate any of the brilliance of either sex, they cannot meet, okay? We're not playing chess here, okay? We're punching each other in the face. And that girl, when she broke down at the center of the ring crying, you know what that was? That was not that she'd been beaten and had to give up and all that kind of stuff. It was that her dream, okay? These people that spend 4, 8, 12, most of their life, in their prime, because you only got like a prime amount of years in Olympic world to go there and compete for their home country. And that may not mean as much for America because we don't seem to have as much pride in our country as we should. But, places like, across the world that they do, okay? And to be able to be picked and trained, and that's all you think about and all you think about and all you think about. You sleep and breathe, boxing for 4, 8, 12 years, whatever your prime allows you to do, however the games fall in your career before you kind of wash out and, you're just not competitive anymore. And then what does she do? She has her dreams dashed and deferred, as Langston says, by someone who is a man and has failed gender testing in other games. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing to negate the brilliance of athletes that work so hard for stuff like that? I don't really understand it. And what is it about? Why do you ever notice that, like, I don't lie, but I do lie about napping. I had a girl call me yesterday, and she woke me up from a nap, and I was in the middle of it, and I knew I should have muted my phone, but I didn't. And so it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm taking this like hour and 17-minute nap. That's what I'd set my phone for, right? Because there's a program. There's a regiment to how long I sleep. And I didn't want to sleep past that. And so she wakes me up. I had like 39 minutes left. And she's like, "Were you asleep?" I'm like, no. Now I got like, my eyes are like cemented shut and I talk funny and all that. And I'm like, no. What? No, I wasn't napping. Why do we lie about napping? Why are we so embarrassed to admit that, yes, I took a nap in the middle of the day? You damn right I did. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I said, we're 6 hours from bedtime. Let's take a bedtime nap. It doesn't make any sense. And let me tell you something. I've said this a while back, but a lot of you that are listening probably didn't listen to it, a year and a half ago when I said it. But if you want to have some fun, all right, take your hometown, go onto TripAdvisor and type in the address or names of like hotels and places that are like in really crappy parts of town. Like you ride by and you're like, who would stay in that seedy motel? And then read the reviews, particularly the 1-star reviews, because it'll be people like on a Disney road trip, it's a family of 4 and they stop in, wherever, Georgia, and stop at this roadside Roach Motel. And the stories that are found from that are quite hilarious because we're not talking about, your Hilton and all. But I say that to say this. So I take the TripAdvisor a lot of times to get advisement because of where I'm going. And you learn some tricks of the trade. Like, hey, when you go here, if you'll park in the C lot, you'll be closer to the B entrance. And you learn little stuff like that other people tip you off to. But then again, I don't put a lot of stock in some people's stuff because some people are just stupid. They'll give a hotel like a horrible review because they found like a spot on the corner of the towel that nobody would have ever found but everything else about the hotel was great, but they find like one little thing, the napkin wasn't folded well at the restaurant, so we're giving it a 1 star. Those people, whatever. But I use it a lot to kind of figure out where I'm going, what I'm getting into kind of thing. But I'll say this, when you type it, because I was preparing for a road trip that's coming up in a few weeks, and I was putting the finishing touches on a few things, and I'm trying to find some obscure, out of the way things to do. And so I type in this one little town that I didn't expect to have anything, and it didn't. But one of the things when you type in like the top 15 things to do and blah, 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 and then when I type that in, the Welcome Center should not be one of the top 15 things to do in any town in America, or this planet for that matter. The Welcome Center is not a thing to do. The Welcome Center is doing the exact same thing that I'm trying to get TripAdvisor to do for me. Nobody goes to and some of these towns, I feel bad for them because they got nothing going for them. And the Welcome Center is like number 2 on the list. It's like there's a park with a little koi pond that's great to see in the spring. And the second thing is come by the Welcome Center. And you beg a question. You want to walk in the Welcome Center and be like, hey, I'm at the Welcome Center in Booger, Arkansas, where there doesn't appear to be anything here but a koi pond and this Welcome Center. So when you welcome me, what are you going to tell me to go do? Because y'all are 2 on the list. I've already seen the koi. I'm here in the center. Where are you sending me next? What? Like, I think the Welcome Center, even if it's going to be on the list, should be like 50th. It should be like, hey, welcome to the Welcome Center. We see you've knocked out the other 49 things that Booger has to offer. We got nothing else for you except one other thing that's kind of chintzy or whatever. I don't get it, and I don't need that in my life. So there's that. Welcome centers, no. Okay? It's great that you have a welcome center, and maybe they're just advertising the fact that they have one. I don't know who, is it a Chamber of Commerce that I don't know who finances welcome centers. Are they? Because I think some towns don't. They're not part of the government. I think they're their own entity and whatnot. But could you imagine being in a welcome center and how boring a job that would be? Just the same people coming in, especially if you're in Booger, Arkansas. You'd be like, "Have you seen the koi? Oh, you've seen the koi? Okay. Let's see. Do you like ice cream? We've got a Baskin Robbins. I mean, what do you? Yeah, that's got to be a very frustrating job, especially when you're in marketing and you're just trying to figure out like what can we do next to promote Booger. And they're all like, I don't think we can. I don't think there's any promotion that Booger, Arkansas is ever going to be on the map. I mean, we're on the map literally because we have to be, but yeah, we're never going to be a destination unless you break down and you've got to get stuff fixed for a couple days and on your car and you're just stuck here. So, but then again, we don't have a hotel, so I don't know where you're staying. You're probably staying in your broken car or at the mechanic shop. Y'all get him.